Hello, 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 hello. Yeah, I know. Normally I be on Zen music, but it just so happens I was on my her radio station for Pandora. So we're gonna turn that off because I don't want them to have no issues with posting this video. On top of that, I wanted to make sure I got started. And I'm sorry. Let me go back. I'm apologizing in advance. I didn't eat yet. So before we get into our PATAKIs of the Orisha Trauma Tarot Thursday, I'm gonna fuck up some of this taco salad that I made. Absolutely. I'm gonna eat the shit out of it. I don't care. I'm hungry. And a part of knowing thyself is knowing to eat. And I know I'll be getting into the message, but normally I just give one message. Today, there's two. Today there are two messages. Absolutely. Today there's two messages. So I didn't know that they held up a few of my videos as far as uploading them. I'm thinking because the music was way too fucking loud. So I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. And if you're listening to me chew and shit, it's cool. Fast forward a few minutes. I'm not gonna be here for a second. I'm gonna be here for a second. Because listen, I gotta eat, y'all. You don't even understand. I'm the type of person who started doing all of these wonderful things. Y'all see my things in the back, making labels and shit. Getting my little setup together. Need to move this off the way. Doing all the things. All of them. And doing all of the things. All of them. I need to eat. Nourish the body. I see my half bottle, not even half. My damn near gone bottle of water. So yeah. I'll give it folks a few more minutes to come on in. What's up? If you haven't, please do yourself a favor. Get the notification so you know that I'm going live. So you can come get your messages. So you can share these messages with others. Because again, I apologize, but I'm hungry. And we're going to get to it. The Thursday Trauma Tarot. The PATAKI of the Orisha. Kings and Queen Day. The day of Shango. The day of battles won and lost. The day of preparation for a fight. The day of winning a fucking fight. Okay? The day of rest and relax before the fight. Okay? The day before you get ready to go on that long journey. Okay? Today is all of those days. And with that being said, we're going to get into it. But first, nourish your body. Go get you a snack. Take your phone with you. I'll be trying. I'll be trying to behave, but my mother did not name me that, so it doesn't happen often. Now, what you can do, if you're seeing this, you can go to my Etsy shop. I gotta fix my keychain, y'all. Shade is yours, Etsy.com. Definitely check that out. That is where you will find all of your menstrual. Yeah, I'm still using this from now on. The menstrual control teas. Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see if they shut me down for that one. You can get all your menstrual control teas. You can start it, stop it, lighten it up. All I said is yours. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And bring it. Mm-hmm. Move it. Mm-hmm. Go on vacation without it. Mm-hmm. All I said is yours. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You can do all that. Say it's yours. Mm-hmm. All right. So, 2 seconds. We're going to get into it. All right. Because I'm sorry. Sanitize. Because I did eat my own food, but still, good hygiene, y'all. Good hygiene. Good hygiene, y'all. All right. So, here we are with my Orisha Trauma Tarot. Good hygiene. Good spiritual hygiene. Florida water. Now, honestly, I told y'all I would have the larger one last night. I didn't get to it yet. I get it up by the weekend, hopefully. Hopefully. But I have this stuff, which is, don't mind this one. This is right here. This is up on the Etsy store, shadyjoy.com. If you don't know about it, it's there. That's the basic yoni steam. If you don't know about this, yes, all of y'all out here trying to get that good money magic on, you can get you a roll-on bottle for $5. Roll it right on your money and it attracts it. I swear it do. All right, so we also got these tumbled, large, beautiful rose quartz. And these beautiful stones here. It's tumbled, beautiful amethyst. That will be in the store tonight, possibly. I got to get the pictures and stuff. I got to get it together, y'all. But in the meantime, of me getting it together, y'all, check out Shade is Yours on Etsy.com. Okay, let's talk about our PATAKIs of the Orisha. That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. It's Trauma Tarot Thursday. We need to know, ancestors, what you got to tell us. So today I'm going to use my Palo Santo stick to cure. Yeah, I already cured the 19 twice. And all its different variations. Ain't nobody got time. Especially not me. Y'all hear it, right? What is going on? What happened? See? Y'all see? What happened? And this sucker was filled too, y'all. It was filled. So, we're going to use the Palo Santo to go ahead and cleanse this deck of all negative energy so that we can get some clear Trauma Tarot Thursday messages for the collective. We want some clear Trauma Tarot Thursday messages for the collective from our ancestors from the Orisha Tarot deck by MCGregor. Abatalini. This deck is by MCGregor. Abatalini. So this is the Orisha Tarot Trauma Tarot Thursday. And what I'm doing is cleaning this deck from all of the things. All of the things. As a matter of fact, I need my phone to stop doing all of the dinging, right? We need to turn itself down. It's doing all of the dings. All of the dings. All of the dings. So we're going to turn it down. Okay. So normally I have my Zen music going on. So let's get some Zen music going on. And we're going to get into the Trauma Tarot Thursday. Absolutely. Definitely get into the Trauma Tarot Thursday. Let's do some chakra cleansing bowls right quick. If you don't know, get with your chakra cleansing bowls. Definitely. Get with your... You know, with YouTube, y'all always want to give me the ads. I don't want none of the ads. I just want to get with this live stream. All right. So we got our Orisha Trauma Tarot here with us today. That's what we're doing with this. Orisha Tarot today. So what we're talking about, thank you, ancestors, spirit guides. Thank you, ancestors, spirit guides. Thank you, ancestors and spirit guides. Thank you for our trauma tarot messages. I didn't flip my deck on. First things out, Two of Wands. Two of Wands. I'm sorry, it's Two of Swords. My bad, y'all. Two of Swords. Two of Swords. First things out, Two of Swords. Orisha Trauma Tarot Thursday is the Two of Swords, y'all. That was the first thing. What else we got going on? The Four of Cups. The Four of Cups is what we got going on. Okay. Y'all got a lot to say on this Trauma Tarot Thursday. The Lovers. The Lovers. And the Ten of Swords. There's a lot of betrayal going on around her. There's a lot of betrayal going on around her. What else you got to say about this, Orisha? Because y'all know I don't get into the business. I just tell the stories for my Trauma Tarot Thursday. I pull all the cards y'all want me to pull. And I just mind my business. Hold the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Wands. I just mind my business. I pull the stories and mind my business. Now, what happens is what happens with the happenstances. But I be minding my business. I just pull, I ask ancestors, spirit guides, Most High, tell me what messages do we need to know for Trauma Tarot Thursday for those of us who are progressing through this trauma. Here's the Page of Cups. Page of Cups. And the Chariot. And the Chariot. All right, now, how many cards we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 7 here, y'all. Is there any other messages that we need to get out for Trauma Tarot Thursday? 7 messages. 7 messages for Trauma Tarot Thursday. Is there any other messages that we need to said? I got 4 more cards for you. I'm going to need you to be specific on which card you have for your messages. Please tell us what messages need to come out for Trauma Tarot Thursday. If any more, what messages, if any more, need to come out for Trauma Tarot Thursday? It's the last one. 6 Cups. 6 of Cups. Is that the last one, y'all? Like, real talk. Is that the last one? Is there an overall? 5 of Cups is your overall message. 5 of Cups is your overall message. All right, so let's get into it. Let's get into it. The 5 of Cups is the overall message, y'all. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. I'm going to go ahead and lay these cards down in the order in which they were received. So that we can hear our stories for this Trauma Tarot Thursday. Now listen, I don't go back and forth with the spirit guides and Orisha. On Trauma Tarot Thursday, this isn't my interpretation. This is me just reading straight from the PATAKI, from what it says and resonating with each Orisha Trauma Tarot card. I do not go through and divine on this Thursday. I mean, I divine on Wednesdays, but not on Thursday. Thursdays, I just read what the PATAKI says. Okay, so it's the 2 of Swords. I'm minding my business. 2 of Swords. Don't be out here trying to come for me because I'm minding my business. It's the 2 of Swords. It says the 2 of Swords is a card associated with balance, justice, and peace. In some decks, it shows a blindfolded figure. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Well, hold on, maybe this way it worked better. What if I set it back? Here we go. So here we go, Two of Swords. That's the one we're talking about. In the Orisha cosmology, there are two ideas that show up to modify a reading, Ari, or blessings, or Osagabo, or negativity. These energies may come from an Orisha, ancestor, gossip, money, malevolent, sorcery, or elsewhere, while Ari may come from many sources. It is understood to be a singular thing. Osagabo, Osagbo, on the other hand, may come from many sources such as sickness, death, loss, and so on. The elders speak of a war between the Ari and the Osagbos. Everyone wants to live. The blessings are grateful to see them arrive, but unfortunately, they are harder to hold on to. Both our own incorrect actions and the many negative forces can cause a blessing to be lost. To work against this, it is important to exercise forethought, tend to our inner foundation, and make offerings to keep the negative forces at bay. So, divining, we must expect obstacles in life and work to prepare for them. This includes knowing we cannot see everything coming. The worst mistake is to ascribe positive or negative agency to the world when this card shows up. The world is itself amoral and without agenda. It is up to us to make life what we want and need it to be. If times are good, plan ahead for the obstacles. If life is hard, things will turn around if you face it head on. Everything is in motion. When times are great, it is easiest to be complacent and lose it all. So solutions, cast divinations often, make offerings to keep on track, and do not neglect your spirits or ancestors. Do not complain and save for a rainy day. So the next one was the Lovers. I told you, I'm minding my business. I ain't, you ain't gonna get me. I'm minding my business. I'm minding it all the way. Because I'm trying to told you for this trauma tarot. Whoo, the Lovers. For this trauma tarot, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm skipping. It's the Four of Cups before we get to the Lovers. I skipped. Yup. See, I was trying to hurry up. Let's say go back. You skipping some stuff. So let's go to the Four of Cups real quick. Because I tried it. So this card is important. She's important. The Four of Cups is a card that speaks of our relationships with other people. It is a card of communication and connection. Some say that the Four of Cups, 3 are filled with sweetness and 1 is bitter, symbolizing the challenges of relating with families and friends. The Odu Oki speaks of family and the way in which it influences our lives, for better or worse. It often uses a proverb that blood that flows in the veins to remind us that we are genetically connected to the people who went before us. On top of this, the proverb reminds us that our relationship with our family also influences us. The way in which they loved or failed to love us always has a profound shaping influence. We also say in this sign that the needle pulls the thread. It is often interpreted to mean that when one family member comes to this religion, the rest will eventually follow. When the first family member initiates, the others in the house will suit in time. In this way, we also end up talking about the way in which the family remains interconnected as time continues its way forward. So dividing. We all like to think we are free and able to choose what we like in life, yet on deeper examination, we find it is rarely as clear-cut as we like to think. The circumstances of our upbringing continue to have an influence, even if we are reacting against them to do better. In searching for this connection, it is the hope of joy, pleasure, and happier future, a desire for connection and need for awareness in the ways in which you are tied to others, genetic bonds, a chosen family, pregnancy, issues with the blood. Solutions: resolve family ties, let go of your sadness at the river, get a blood test to check for health issues, be a leader, respect women and children. Told you. Respect them. All right, y'all. Now we're ready for the Lovers. And I told you I'm minding my business. Minding it. All day. Y'all know where that's from. Y'all know where it's from. Okay, the Lovers is the one of those cards that isn't really what it seems. At first glance, it may show romance, love, or even marriage. However, tradition says it is a card of ambiguity. Older decks show a central figure, usually a man with two women. It is said he is choosing between them, or that one is his chaperone and the other is his date. The only thing that is truly clear is that a choice is to be made, but whether it is the right one remains to be seen. In the stories of the Orisha, there can be found many examples of intrigue between lovers, such as one charming a lover away from another Orisha to be with them. These stories are the one of the places that of the non-Western nature of the Orisha stands out. The use of magic to sway lovers is used by many to either win the heart or persuade someone to sleep with them. Many stories carry cautionary tales about trying too hard to win, such as the Oba on the Five of Cups in this deck, which we're going to get to that. The king of a town wanted to wage war on the town of women. He asked his warriors to go and capture them. Shango, Babalawe, Ogun, and others all went and were turned back in defeat. The king then asked the female Orisha to go. Yamaya Oshun should go first, but Oya, being proud and fierce, insisted she go first, returning defeated. Oshun was then sent. Being wise, she divined before and was told to bring a calabash, a kind of gourd she could play and sing along with. She made her offerings and went singing about how she did not know how to fight. As she sang, the women in their town came to see what she was talking about. They put down their weapons and joined her in song. Together they all left the town of women. She walked them right into the city where the men were waiting outside. Together they all lived and became followers of Oshun. Divining. This is a card where we need to be clear about what we want. We cannot suppose that others know what we need or how to go about getting it. We cannot rely on traditional roles either. It may be that only through divination is the way forward. No. It is also important not to fight. Confrontation won't win the day when this card shows up. So this story brings out so many complex interactions around gender, love, power, and free will. In the end, we know that it is Oshun who always gets what she wants. So an unclear path, lots of bad advice, the person's attitude is interfering with what they want. Others are showing off but unable to deliver. And when you succeed, everything will be yours. Solutions. Go for divination often. Do not listen to braggarts. Talk to Oshun and do not disrespect women. That's it. That's it. All right. So that was the Lovers, y'all. That was the Lovers. That was our Lovers. So here we are with the Ten of Swords. Now, let me tell you. You need to be ready. When the Ten of Swords show up, just be ready. That's all I got. It's not so much as a bad thing. Just know when the 10 shows up, you just need to be ready. Because life is about to do some very good things for you. And you're going to have to decide how much you like them. That's all I got. You have to decide how much you like it. This is possibly the worst card in the deck. It is a card of ruin, betrayal, and things which we cannot recover from. The only good thing with this card is that after losing everything, you have nothing left to lose. Whether you have the power to regain anything remains to be seen. The Orisha traditions in the diaspora exist because of the Atlantic slave trade. The people who introduced the Orisha to the Caribbean and Americas were brought by force. Whatever lives they had prior were gone, and many of these people did not survive the trip. To even have the hope of starting again, the legacy of these events continues to play out in the news on a regular basis. The cost of colonialism to people of color and indigenous peoples is beyond counting, robbing them of their history, their lives, and the present and the future they might have had. So, y'all see the symbolism. This card, divining, this card says that a deep betrayal is happening that may cost a person everything. Though the common imagery of this card shows a figure that has been stabbed in the back, people usually know their enemy. Sometimes this is a part of themselves that cannot help but ruin things. Other times it is a person whose bad behavior is excused until it is too late. The ruin experienced is never a random occurrence. That energy is found in the Tower. Tragedy, a loss of everything through betrayal, obstacles brought about by a person's life by the legacy of colonialism, violence and death, accidents, or fighting. So solutions: do not get into a physical fight, watch your back, do not give people a second chance, and do not let your vices ruin your life. That's what that is. So don't be out here doing too much, trying to get arrested, acting a fool. All right, here we are with the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands. Yeah, it gets really real. It gets really real. The Ace of Wands in the beginning of things. Let's go back. The Ace of Wands in the beginning of things. It is the spark that sets things in motion. It is the will that gives us the strength to begin walking our path. Fire can be the spark of lightning, which burns down the forest and brings new growth from what remains, or it can be the lightning of the stove through which we sustain ourselves. In the beginning of creation, the world was a burning rock floating in space. Because it was too close to the sun, it was unable to cool enough to allow life to form on its surface. So Shango used his axe and magic to move the planet to its current orbit. In time, the earth cooled, water formed, and life came about. In making a life for ourselves, it can be a heroic effort to bring ourselves to our proper orbit, one that is neither too hot or cold. So let's talk about divining. This card highlights the need for the person to go start something with clarity and commitment. We cannot know the full detail of the journey ahead, but we must set the process of creation in motion. There has likely been a lot of chaos leading up to this point that needs to be left behind. Spirit has given a clear direction. Start working on it. You still have energy and time if you begin now. You feel you feel where you are called to serve, but your ego holds you back. Do not burn things down just as they are beginning. So solutions. Anything inauthentic needs to go. Put your faith in spirit. And Obatalimi actually placed his signature on this card as a priest of Shango. So today is Shango's day. Shango said, you know what you need to do. He said, I'm going to show up for that. All right, so let's talk about it. We're talking about the Page of Cups now. Page of Cups. Because I'm going to mind my business. I'm going to mind my business. And I'm going to tell you about yours. In the Tarot di Marciele, it is customary for the cup of this card to be covered, usually with a cloth of some sort. The cup contains something for sure, but what exactly is a mystery since we cannot peek inside. In this card, we see the newly crowned priest, Iwao, or at least what we are allowed to see of them. During the first year and 7 days, the new priest is required to live apart from the world. This person has no name other than Iwao. We must wear all white and should not go outside after dark, touch other people, have their picture taken, or look in mirrors. Iwao is often translated as bride of the Orisha, highlighting the intensity of the union between the person who has initiated and the spirits they received. In reality, few people understand what it means to make this kind of commitment. It is a leap into the unknown, taking out of need or deep faith. In this way, the Iwao peeks beneath the cloth on the cup by irrevocably stepping into the initiation room. So divining, this person who finds this card in their reading is entering a time where many things will be revealed. This is a blessing, but it may also feel like hardship. Once we look in the cup, we can no longer go back to seeing the world as we did. The coming time will remove naivety. Commitments are being asked of you. You can evolve if you are willing to do what is required. Choices made now will affect status down the road. Spirit is the best voice to listen to for advice. So some solutions. Keep your own counsel. Take time to let changes set in and live the faith you profess. That's what that says, y'all. All right, so here we are with the Chariot. Major Arcana shows up. The Chariot showed up. Oh boy. What you do? Oh boy, what you do? All right, the Chariot is a card about progress. This might be success or evolution. It might also be conquest. In general, the card emphasizes the need for balance, often shown by the two animals pulling the chariot itself. Many cards include some symbol that highlights the divine as steering or moving the chariot. In this card, we find Aduduwa, the first Uni king, I'm hoping I'm saying it right, of Ife. He was a human who came and conquered much of the area where the Orisha traditions came from. It is somewhat complicated to untangle the life of this person in his later existence as an Orisha after his death. It is said that the Aduwa unseated Obatala as the ruler of the area. Spiritually, he took over many of the roles of Obatala played in the mythology of the Orisha. Originally, Unchala, a female avatar of Obatala, was said to have created the earth. However, it came to be said that Obatala was sent to make land by the creator. On his way, he stopped to drink and did not complete his task. Oduduwa took this opportunity to climb down the chain to earth and become the one to create the land. Here the story mirrors a political history. The Chariot is a card not just of victory today, but of a future that success can bring as well. Oduduwa's descendants include Aganyu, Dada, and Shango. To this day, the Uni claims lineage back to Oduduwa as part of their right to rule. Imagine something you set in motion lasting 1,000 years. How would that affect your decisions today? What would you do for that level of complete success? So it says divining. This person is in a great position to progress in life. If they are shrewd and diligent, they are unstoppable. Certainly, they have their ancestors and the will of their spirits with them. For lasting success, they must be mindful to make a balanced approach. If they are too harsh or too soft, things will fall apart. Though often associated with victory and triumph, it is important to consider the question, then what? When you have won the job, settled the argument, or gotten the lover you wanted, what do you do next? How do you handle working and living with whomever you were in conflict with? What might you do to get their support? How do you preserve your gains? Success in foreign lands, known enemies are circling, expanding your territory, a growth in status, and overcoming all obstacles. So solutions: pray for wisdom, be cunning, keep your plans a secret, and be benevolent. Yes, benevolent. All right, the Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. Six of Cups. I told you, I ain't here to tell you about it. I'm here to tell you about it. I'm minding my business and I'm all in yours. Life is pleasant and easy when we see the Six of Cups. It speaks to good things that make life enjoyable on a daily level. Being a card of harmony and peace, this relaxed contentment makes everything easier to deal with. Being calm is a deeply valued trait in the Orisha traditions. Tutu is often translated as coolness. It speaks of those things that remove the Gabbana heat from a person or situation. It is so important, that most prayers open with the libation of water and invocation of its coolness. To paraphrase a prayer, we say, cooling water, cool our road, cool our shed. Refresh our house, cool Elegwa, so we may not see death. Living in this calmness allows us to grow and evolve. It makes the growth of our wisdom and skill possible. It deepens our ashe and spiritual power. It is seen as one of the cornerstones of building good character. It doesn't mean being a saint and not enjoying life, but instead highlights an inner peace. So, divining. Life is to be enjoyed, and this person needs to explore what is getting in the way of that. Sometimes it is this external situation that needs to be changed, like getting a new job. Other times it's our expectation of emotional habits that need to be changed. Are we expecting everything to be over the top, wonderful? Is our pessimism souring life? a good time that should be enjoyed, simple pleasantries that ease the heart and mind, a need for rest and an ease amidst the busyness of life, spiritual growth and peace. So some solutions. Make a simple routine you can enjoy, pray to Abatala, wear white, and do not argue. All right, so this is the final overall message. Now, I know this message. Because I like, she's my godmom. I like her. She cool. She cool people. Mind my business, though. Minding my business. So, number 5, your overall message, trauma goddesses, guides out here for your Trauma Tarot Thursday. And I'll be back this evening for your message for the week. But for your overall message, this is where we at. With this card, we find ourselves feeling nostalgic, lost, and unsure of ourselves. We have lost something that we feel we cannot live without. Yet generally, this card also says we cannot get it back either. Adding insult to injury, we also often lose what we do have by ignoring it, only to pine for what is gone. Oba was Shango's lover. There we go. Oba was Shango's lover. However, she discovered that he had been seeing Oshun on the side. She was overcome with jealousy and went to ask Oshun what she had that Oba did not. Oshun offered to teach her the magic that she had used to sway Shango. She told Oba to cut off her ear, thinking more would be better, and put it in his food to bind him to her forever. Oba ran home and prepared Shango's favorite food. She cut a piece of her ear and added it to the okra stew that she made him. When he arrived home and saw that what she had done, he was so disgusted he left and never returned. So divination. It is a fine line between working on things and being moved by desperation. The more we grasp after things that are failing, the more we will suffer. This is true for all situations in our lives, not just love. Ask yourself, is it time to let it go and walk away? So ask yourself is it time to let it go and walk away? An embarrassing situation, despair at never finding anything as good as what we have lost, relationship issues around commitment or fidelity, the past is ruining the present and future. So solutions, focus on what you have, not what you lost. If you have left someone or somewhere, do not go back. Do not drink. Don't chase what is running away from you. Do not try and regain what is lost. Do not hurt yourself for others. Be mindful of people manipulating your emotions and look toward what you do have. Look toward what you do have. That's your final message. So listen, this Orisha Tarot Trauma Thursday. That's where we at. The PATAKI of Orisha. This was your final message. So I thank you for joining me. I hope that this message resonates with you. And I'm really hoping that your trauma journey is a lot more enlightened. That's all I got. All right, y'all. I'll see you.